3, 4. Now to the G7. Try and not hesitate between each chord. Back to C. G7th. There you go. Back to C. Very good. That's the C, and that's the G7th chord. Now, it may have moved a little fast for you. You may have trouble keeping up at this point, but after we do it, and we go through our workshop time here in a minute, then you'll be able to knock these out pretty quickly. Okay, welcome to Guitar Tips. On this segment, we're going to talk about specific things that have to do with guitar playing that aren't necessarily the technique stuff that we've been covering in the other section. These are some items that I would suggest you get from the very beginning if you're interested in starting to play guitar. You can pick these up on our website, or you can also check your local music store. First thing we're going to talk about is one of the most useful things is an electric guitar tuner. They come in different shapes and sizes. This is a pretty standard one. You would plug your guitar in, so your guitar would have to have a pickup in it, either an electric guitar or an acoustic guitar like this one that does have a pickup in it. And you plug it in, and it helps your guitar tune. And as you can see, the tuning is a little bit of a tricky subject if you try and do it manually. So an electric tuner like this, sometimes you don't even need a pickup. They have microphones in them, and you just play the note, and it tells you whether you need to loosen the string or whether you need to tighten the string. And when you get the dot in the middle, then you're in tune. Another thing I would suggest you get right from the very beginning is a string winder. A little thing like this, probably just cost $1 or $2. When you're changing strings, this is a lifesaver because you'll be winding and winding these strings all day long if you don't have a string winder. So it's well worth the $1.50 to get one of these. Next thing I would suggest is a case. Some of you may have cases that come with your guitar. A lot of guitars don't come with cases. They just come in a boxed shipping container. So you don't want to use that as your case. It's good for you to go ahead and get a case. Now there's 3 different types. You can get a hardwood case, which that's the strongest you can get. And that's maybe a little bit more than you're wanting to spend. They're pretty pricey, but they do protect your instrument the best it can be. Kind of a step down from that is called a chipboard case. It's a solid case, but it's almost made out of a cardboard, a strong cardboard material. That's a chipboard case. That's good for lugging your guitar around, getting it in and out of the car, that sort of thing. The third type of case is a soft case, a padded case. You put your guitar in this, kind of zip it all up, carry it on your back, and carry it in and out of the car. It isn't as protective as the hard cases, but it does offer some great advantages in portability. Some other little things that I would suggest you get are a metronome. Here's a pretty standard metronome. They also come in different kinds too. Only thing a metronome does is click off a tempo, a good steady tempo. I can speed it up and slow it down. They have electronic ones as well. Now I'd encourage you to there's all kinds of metronomes. Some of them offer a beep where it just beeps at you. Other ones, you have a click, and I would definitely recommend you get the ones that have a click, not that has a little beep that goes past. It sounds good when you're listening to it, but when you actually start playing with one that has a beep, you'll realize it's much better to have one that has a click. Also, I would encourage you to get a music stand. You can get the little wire ones, or you can get a little bit more sturdy metal music stands. Place for you to put your music, put your resources that you're going off of, so you're not just sitting on the couch looking at it far away at a coffee table or something like that. Now, some other things I would suggest that you have done with your guitar, because you want to make sure that your guitar is easy to play. There's nothing worse than playing a guitar that is just difficult to play. It gets you frustrated, hurts your fingers, and you end up wanting to chuck the whole thing. So it's a very good idea to have your guitar set up, is what they call it. Is have a setup done on your guitar. What they do is they look at your guitar, and they look and make sure that whether your neck is straight. You can do a visual check of that at yourself at home by just kind of looking down the neck of your guitar and making sure it's pretty straight. You don't want it bowing in or bowing back out again. And they can adjust your guitar through a metal rod that's actually inside of your sound